Hey everybody, welcome back to the Dungeon Dive, and today we're going to do a little playthrough of the classic DungeonQuest, one of the all-time great games and one of the very best dungeon crawls ever made. This is just like a pure dungeon crawl, a roguelike if you will. And as we all know, there is no better way to get new subscribers and new viewers to a channel than to do a video playthrough of a 1987 classic. Right? Talking about new hotness here. All right, yeah, 1987. So I have everything for this game except for the official minis. So over here on the sideboard here, we have our deck of cards. We have our crypt card, door cards, corpse cards, trap cards, search cards, room cards, catacombs cards. We've got our snotlings, our dragon cards, monster cards. The amulets we probably won't be using because those kind of need some hidden information. These are our cards to mark our passage through the catacombs if we go down there. We have our rings and the two characters we are playing with. Oh, we have our room tiles here and our treasure tokens. And so the object of this game is for the characters to enter the dungeon, get as much treasure as possible, and leave the dungeon. According to the rule book, there is about a 15% chance of that succeeding. And so the heroes we're going to be playing with today are Eladron Sureshot and Siegfried Goldenhair. Unfortunately, I don't have a painted elf mini at the moment. So we're going to be playing with this mini here from Warhammer Quest. And we will be using this barbarian from Warhammer Quest. So I did paint the barbarian. I really like painting, and I'm not terrible at it. I mean, I'm not a professional, but good enough for table quality. But it takes me a really long time. Like, to do a really good job, I spend like 8 hours on one mini, and that's way too long, especially when you have all of those plastic tubs up there full of minis. I will basically be painting those probably until the day I die. So I'm not going to go through all the rules. Try to go through stuff as we play. There are a lot of reference sheets in this game, and it's been a while since I've played, so I don't remember how everything exactly works. So we will have to be looking at these, but just because everything is kind of small in this game, they don't have enough room on the cards to put all the information. So let's see who's going to go first. Oh, we got to set our time tracker at the first round there, and we have to exit the dungeon by here. I think it's 26 turns. If somebody is left in the dungeon by the time the sun reaches the skull, then game over. So whoever rolls highest will go first. The elf is white. The suspense. All right, 2 to 3. So the barbarian is going to go first. Oh yeah, one thing we need to do is we need to give our characters rings. So I'm going to turn my face away from the camera. I'm going to draw first for the elf. And the elf gets the Ring of Vision. The Ring of Vision. At any time that you wish to search a room, you may use this ring. Instead of drawing one search card, you may draw 4 and keep one of your choice. The remaining 3 cards are discarded. And the rings are one use only. So that is a very awesome ring. And for the barbarian here, we will choose teleportation. Ring of teleportation. You may use this ring to teleport yourself out of the catacombs below Dragonfire Castle. You may use it whenever you wish, including just after you have drawn a catacomb card if you wish to avoid. Your character will teleport straight up and will reappear on a room tile using the normal rules for exiting the catacombs. So this is if we go down to the catacombs, we can use this to find a good way out. So that's kind of a nice card too. There is some good treasure in the catacombs. So all right, so we have to pick a direction for the barbarian to explore. Let's just go, let's go straight ahead here. Draw our tile randomly out of the bag, and what do we get? We've got the blue rotate room. So we can take a look at the card here, the rotating room. Do not take a room card, and when you enter a rotating room, instead the tile is immediately rotated through 180 degrees and your turn is over. The tile can only ever rotate once as soon as it is drawn, so you cannot go back by the same route. If the only exit ends up facing the edge of the board or a solid wall or another tile, you are trapped in a dead end and have lost the game. You may not search the rotating room. So right away, we are like that, and we only have one more way to explore. All right, so let's head back to our elf here. He will explore here. And what do we get? Oh, a purple portcullis room. So the portcullis will shut behind the elf, and to exit through a portcullis, I believe you have to do a strength check. So the elf enters here, and on the purple arrows you draw a room card. So here we have our room deck, and I will just give that a little shuffle here, shuffle these up. These nice high quality cards here, and we will draw our room card. A vampire. See the catacombs reference. I can't even remember the last time I encountered a vampire in this game. All right, let's see what the vampire does. Vampire. You have been surprised by a vampire. He attacks swiftly, trying to bite you, and then turns into a bat and flies off before you can defend yourself. To find out if your vampire manages to bite you, you must roll less than your agility or armor, whichever is higher. So my agility and armor is on the elf. My agility is 8 and my armor is 5. So I will try to roll equal to or less than, oh no, roll less than your agility. I need to roll a 1 through a 7 and a 3. I did it. Okay. So if you fail, place the card beside your character sheet. You have been bitten and infected with the curse of the undead. You immediately lose 1. And the only way to survive is to get out of Dragonfire Castle, where your companions will be able to cure you. So I managed to avoid him, so he does nothing to me. And so he will be discarded. And that is the elf's first turn. All right, let's go back to the barbarian. So the barbarian has to explore here. Let's see what his fate is. And a cave-in card. He's having a rough time. All right, so that's another green arrow. So we're going to move into the cave-in, and let's see what that does. Cave-in. Take a room card as normal. However, on your next turn, you must roll a d12 or retreat. Okay, I can't retreat because that's a dead end. So if you decide to roll a d12 and roll your agility score or less, you may take your turn as normal. If you roll higher than your agility, you become trapped and you must miss your turn. Next turn, you may either retreat or roll again. Note that the effects of a cave-in tile are different from those of the card. All right, so we have to take a room card as normal. One thing we have to do is move this up 1. I don't know if I've ever actually played a game of Dragon Quest with exactly the right amount of turns. Anyways, we're going to draw the top of the room card here, and we found a passageway down to the catacombs. Okay, so we can take that immediately since this is a card. I think we're going to do that because the chances of getting out of this room are not very great. So we're going to, the barbarian is going to enter the catacombs. So we're going to take this token here, and that's going to be the direction that we're going to travel in the catacombs. And we just put that on the board to kind of point in a general direction. So our goal is to get here. So we're going to try to hopefully find, well, we do have our teleportation ring. So as soon as I move a certain number of cards through the catacomb, I can come straight up. So I think that's going to be a good idea for the barbarian, since he has that ring of teleportation. And so we take the catacombs deck, and so this becomes the deck that the barbarian will explore until he chooses to exit with his ring or finds an exit. So let's see what he finds first in the catacombs. An empty room. So we keep that card. We've moved one space in the catacombs. Okay, next up, Mr. Elfman. He's going to go there. Let's draw a tile. And it is another portcullis with a door. So boom, boom, slam, slam. Man, this is a heavily doored corridor. So now we're going to draw a room tile. And the Death Warrior. Okay, so the Death Warrior is one of the strongest enemies in the game. And the way combat works, let's see. Oh no, the Death Warrior is actually from the catacombs. And I believe he is incredibly deadly. Let's see where he is. Where is he not from the catacombs? Maybe he's from the regular. Let's see. Death Warrior. Oh no, there he is. He's a regular enemy. I was thinking of the, there's like a Grim Reaper that can follow you around. So the Death Warrior. So what we do is we're going to take a look at this thing as a cheat sheet. So what you do is when you encounter an enemy, you can pick to attack, wait and see, or escape. So we're going to draw a card off the top. And I'm going to... I can't retreat because my way back is blocked by the portcullis. So I'm just going to attack the Death Warrior. So let's see what happens. Attack the Death Warrior. The Death Warrior flees. Nice. So the Death Warrior flees through the door, and we don't have to face him. So that was the elf's turn. So now we're back into the catacombs with the barbarian. Let's see where he finds next. He finds an exit. See the catacombs reference. Okay, so we only went 2 spaces through the catacombs. So we went 1, 2, and then we look at the exit matrix to find out if we got lost in the catacombs. The further you move through the catacombs, the easier it is to stay on course. So we roll the d12 and we roll the 7. Now we look at the matrix here, and we went 2 spaces, and at 2 spaces, if you rolled a 2 through a 9, you successfully stayed on course, and so you come up just right where you are. So we come up here from the catacombs, and we draw a room tile. And we come up straight into a trap. Nicely done. So let's get these catacomb cards off. And the trap card. You have just walked into a trap. Every time you enter a tile of this type, take a trap card instead of a room card. You may not search trap tiles. All right, so we're going to take our trap deck here, shuffle that up. Okay, give that a cut, and a cave-in. See the reference sheet. Holy crap, this guy is having a really, really hard time. So a cave-in. Pick a number from 1 to 6 out loud and roll a d6. If the number you picked is rolled, your character has been killed by the cave-in and you have lost the game. If not, roll the d6 again and lose that many life points. 4. Oh. All right, well, my barbarian is dead. So, all right. That's the way that game goes. So now we're back here with the elf. The elf could just try to leave, go back through and open the portcullises, or portculli. I don't know what the plural of portcullises. But let's see. Should he continue and try to get at least some treasure? Or should he just flee and win with his life? Let's keep playing a little bit. So let's go. He has to draw a door card to see what happens here. So we're going to shuffle this up. Okay, give that a cut. Door. And the door opens. So we are good to go. We'll move there. Let's see what we get. Another portcullis. This is the craziest corridor of all time. Slam, slam, slam. He's like running down the hallway as these heavy metal doors are slamming behind him. Okay, so now we have to draw a room card. And it was a sneak attack. Let's see what happens with a sneak attack. Let's look at the rule book here. Sneak attacks. All right, a sneak attack. If a room says a sneak attack, a monster, the one shown on the card, has suddenly popped up and hit you. Roll d12 minus luck to see how much damage it inflicted. After this, combat takes place as normal, except that you may only attack or escape. Okay, and that looks like a troll. Yeah, so that's a troll there. So the first thing we do is we take our d12 and we minus our luck. Our luck on our elf is 7. 1 minus 7. So he takes no damage from the sneak attack. And so we are going to attack the troll. Attack the mountain troll. The mountain troll flees. All right. So he pops out, boom, takes a swing, we dodge it, and then he runs off like the coward he is. Okay, so back here now. I'm going to go one more space forward here. And finally, a normal room. So he moves forward on a white arrow card. We just draw a room tile, a room card, and it is a trap door. See the reference sheet. Okay, trap door. Roll a d12. If the result is equal to your agility score or less, you avoid the trap. His agility is 8, so I need a 8 or lower. Oh, barely. All right. So if you roll your agility score or less, you can climb out, returning this card to the bottom of the room deck and taking your turn as normal. If not, try again next turn. Oh wait, so you don't fall through. So we avoid the trap door, and that is it. Oh, see what I mean? I always forget to move this. So I think we've done like 1, 2, 3, probably 4 more turns. Somebody will count on YouTube, I'm sure, and let me know if I was wrong. All right, so Barbarian's dead. And actually, we can count how many tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we'll just move it up one more. Next turn. The elf is going to explore in this square. And he finds another normal room with only one exit leading back down. Let's draw a room card and another vampire. I have never seen so many bad cards in a row. And I already forgot again what the vampire does. Oh yeah, so the vampire, he surprises me. And we have to find out the vampire bites us. We must roll less than our agility or armor. And his agility is 8. So I need to roll 1 through 7 and a 1. I escape the vampire's deadly bite. All right, we're going to move the sun track. So I can either move down or I can search the room and maybe try to find a secret door that will lead me closer to the treasure chamber. Let's do that. I'm going to shuffle up our search deck a little bit. Okay, give that a cut. And take the top card. And that search revealed nothing. Okay, next turn. I'm going to search again. You can search the same room twice. Surprise, see the catacombs reference. All right, so let's see what happens here under surprise. Surprise. While you are searching, a ghoul sneaks up on you and wrestles you to the ground. You will have to rely on brute strength to defeat the creature. Roll a d6 to see how many life points the ghoul has. The ghoul has 3 life points. Okay, then roll the d10. If the score is equal to or less than your strength, the ghoul loses 1 life point. If it is greater than your strength, you lose 1 life point. Carry on fighting rounds of combat this way until either you or the ghoul are dead, at which point your turn is over. All right. So the elf's strength is absolutely wretched. Look at this little weakling here. His strength is 3. So I don't think I have a very good chance to... All right, so if it's equal to or less than my strength, so I have to roll a 1, 2, or 3. I roll a 4. I lose 1 hit point. I'm down to 10. You know what I can do, though? I should fire one of my arrows. I'm going to fire one of my arrows. So I have 4 arrows. The elf can fire his bow and arrow 4 times. So I will fire it once. And then we roll the d12 and consult... I'm going to roll a d6 and consult this chart for any other monster. This is the skeleton and any other monster. A 2. A 2 misses. Okay, we can do that again, but now let's see if we take any damage. So a 1, 2, or 3. A 3. So the ghoul goes down to 2. I think I'm going to try to fire the arrow again. A 6. And a 6 is killed. So the ghoul is dead. Okay. That was the end of that turn. I'm going to search one more time to see if I can find a trapdoor or a secret door. Nope, but I did find 10 gold pieces. So now I could make my way back with 10 gold. At least he has something. I don't know. Press my luck. There's no reason really to press my luck. If we were actually playing with other people and everyone else had died, I would just get out. So let's see if I can escape. Next turn, I'm going to move here. And a normal room with a passage leading the way we need to go. Okay, we draw a room card. And finally, an empty room. All right, that is once. Let's explore here. Is he actually going to find an easy way out? Boom! Portcullis into a dead-end room. Oh, joy. All right, let me double check on the portcullis to see how bad this is for him. Let's see here. Portcullis. A heavy iron portcullis smashes down behind your character. Take a room card as normal, but if it is not a monster, you may not choose to escape. If you ever wish to move through a portcullis, you must raise it by rolling your strength score or less on a d12. If you succeed, you may move as normal. If not, your turn ends here, but you may try again on your next turn. Okay, well, let's see what's in this room. Figures, an empty room. Okay, so that was his turn. I'm gonna move the sun 1 space closer. So now I really have to try to search for a secret door. So let's do that. Take the search. Boom, secret door. Excellent. Exactly what we needed. So we're gonna move here. And we found a normal room. Okay. So we move there. We draw a room card. An empty room. All right, so now we have one space left to go. I don't know how lucky we'll get to get the way we need to go, but let's see what happens. Watch it be a rotating card going that way. Nope, it is a normal room with an exit leading to where we need to go. So we move here, we draw a room card, and our torch goes out. That is just great. So let's see here, torch out. Your torch goes out. As soon as you draw this card, your turn is over. Keep this card face up beside your character sheet. At the start of your next turn, at the start of your next move, you pick 3 numbers out loud and roll a d6. If you roll any of the numbers you picked, you have managed to relight your torch. Return this card to the bottom of the room deck and take your turn as normal. If you miss your turn, you try again next turn. All right, so we have to try to light our torch, even though we are so close to the exit. I'm going to move this one. I'm just going to pick 1, 5, and 3. No, a 2. We miss our turn. We move that. Let's try it again. 1, 5, and 3. 1. There we go. We relit our torch. We take our turn as normal, and boom. The elf leaves with 10 gold. All right, so that was the path that the elf took. That was hilarious. Here's the path that the barbarian took. He started here, rotate, boom, collapse, found a way underneath into the catacombs, only went 2 spaces, came out on top right into a dead end or into a trap card and died. So neither of us made it, or neither of the characters made it to the treasure, but hey, that's how this game goes sometimes. So yep, I really like this game. I know a lot of people don't like it these days because there's so much luck. It really is just a pressure luck game with some theme, and I think it's really just a perfect marriage of theme and mechanisms about, you know, going into this dungeon, super deadly dungeon, 15% chance to live, and just trying to get treasure and escape. Tons of great artwork, lots of good cards, and lots of good times have been had with this game. Maybe next time we'll play the Fantasy Flight version. I don't think they've changed much. I don't know if I've ever played that version. I always play this version just because I like the art so much, and it's kind of nostalgic. So, okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that little playthrough of one of the greatest dungeon crawls of all time, DungeonQuest. Even that box art is awesome. So, all right, you guys, well, take it easy and talk to you later.